something very strange is happening now. Next 10 years might not feel like 10 years at all. They might feel like 1,000 years squished into 10 years. This isn't just about faster phones, faster memories and RAMs. It's about a fundamental shift in how quickly the reality shifts itself. What does it even mean to be a human when the world stops waiting for us to keep up? Let's find out. Okay, so let's establish a baseline. This block represents 100 years, and 3,000 of these blocks will represent 300,000 years, which is nearly around the time that humans have roamed on the planet Earth. For over 99% of this time, nothing changed. A farmer in 1400 BC would recognize the world of a farmer in 1200 BC. Same tools, same medicine, or no medicine at all, some understanding of the universe. All of the recorded history that we know, all the empires, civilization, wars, and philosophies, they just happened in 55 of these blocks. That is nearly 5,500 years. But then something shifted. So what unleashed this? It wasn't a single invention. It was the discovery of how to keep discovering. Let me show you by one small example how this works. So in the 1600s, there was an optician by the name of Hans Lippershey, who invented the telescope. The telescope which led to Galileo pointing towards the Jupiter and noticing its moons. It was revolutionary because it told us that Earth is not at the center of the solar system as we were believing at that time.
Making Aristotle and everybody else on Earth look like a bitch.
But here's the key. This discovery didn't just add to what we knew at that time. It changed how we could know more. Better telescopes led to better astronomy. Better astronomy led to the revelation of more laws of motion. Those laws let us build better instruments, and better instruments let us see even further. Each discovery multiplied the potential for the next one. That is a compounding effect. Fast forward 300 years. And this compounding effect had created a vertical curve. The industrial revolution, electricity, steam engine, medicine, each breakthrough didn't add in a linear manner. It exponentially increased our ability to innovate for the next inventions or the next discoveries. And then came the computers, and with it, the Moore's law. And the Moore's law basically means that the number of transistors on a microchip doubles almost every 2 years, which means double the computing speed than we had 2 years ago. What had taken millennia, that entire 10-block span from the Renaissance to the Industrial Revolution, was now compressing into months, or nearly 1/200th of a block. The innovation cycle had become recursive. We built tools that enabled us to build better tools, that enabled us to build even better tools. But we were the bottlenecks, humans at the core of it. We had to still think about what to do next. What are we going to discover next? What are we going to think next? And I think by now you know where I'm going with this.
AI first, generative AI, third AI.
AI. Yes. Then came AI. And here's what's different. AI doesn't just use knowledge, it creates it. Google's DeepMind AI saved nearly 800 years of human work. It thought in the ways that humans never could. It ran multiple combinations and millions of simulations and found materials that we would have never even thought of, or might have thought of, but it would have taken a lot longer. In medicine, the drugs that used to take 15 years could now be developed in under 13 months. That's huge. But here's the kicker. It creates a feedback loop that does not need us anymore. Better AI, faster science, more data, even better AI, even faster science, and even more data. This feedback loops just keeps going on and on. Where is the human part in it? This isn't human using the tools. It is a system that is creating the knowledge for itself and then using it to improve itself faster than any human could validate it. Right now, this is only confined to single fields. For example, DeepMind excels at physics, AlphaFold excels at proteins. But the next phase is multimodal reasoning. AI that jumps between domains and fields, and it makes connections across the fields. And when that converges with robotics, it gives us autonomous systems that can design and rebuild themselves. When it converges with genomics, you get medicine tailored to your genealogy in months or weeks, not in years. When it spreads to the programming, you describe what you want in English, in natural English, and it gives you the software. Isn't that what's happening right now? I know each of them sounds incremental, but they all feed the same flywheel. The next decade won't feel like 10 years. It will be a century's worth progress compressed into merely 120 months. Okay, so here's what's actually profound. For nearly 300,000 years, human had a fundamental role. We were the discoverers. We were the problem solvers. The one who would look at the world and ask this one question: what if? What if? That role is now being automated. The Industrial Revolution had automated labor. That is different. Right now, we are automating our thinking. Now, this isn't necessarily bad. Liberation could feel a lot like displacement, but here's what matters. You will feel this transition in real time. Previous generations had a century to adapt, but you and I will only be having a decade. We are going to be the first generation to see our species' role fundamentally shift while we are still alive to feel it. It is interesting and very confusing at the same time. For nearly our entire existence, the horizon of what was possible was fixed. Today, it's expanding so fast that we could barely catch it or even see it. The next 10 years will not feel like 10 years, they will feel like 1,000. The question isn't whether the world will change or not, it is who are you going to be when it does. If you are thinking about what acceleration means, not just for technology, but for what it means to be human right now, then subscribe to Thinkfully Yours, because we explore these sorts of questions in every other video. Because the future is not something that happens to you, it is something that you navigate. So let's navigate together. Until then, Thinkfully Yours.